I want to tell you what are the U.S. bases, military bases in the Middle East that have been struck or at least attempted to be struck by Iran in retaliation to the multiple, in fact, a dozen plus targets that have been hit inside Iran. Now, why Iran will not bow down? Here are some of those countries that have been hit in those retaliatory strikes by Iran. Kuwait, which has multiple U.S. bases. So does Qatar. Remember, the last time it was the Al Udeid air base, the biggest in the Middle East, that was targeted. Bahrain has been targeted. Basically, all of those countries in that vicinity except Oman, which is the mediator between Iran and America. Why Iran will not bow down? Because of resistance that's been framed as refusal to submit to the world powers. The axis of resistance, Iran maintains that proxies are used to retaliate against Western powers, whether it's Hamas, Houthis, etc., Hezbollah. The nuclear program, Iran sees it as a survival mechanism. That's why it's insisting on enriching uranium above or at least until a certain degree, as well as develop nuclear energy. There's historical mistrust between Iran and America, particularly after the 2018 exit from the JCPOA-sponsored nuclear deal. It was President Trump in his first term who pulled out of that deal. Therefore, that sowed a lot of mistrust between Iran and America. It also positioned the United States as an unreliable partner. Future threats about abandoning the nuclear program would expose Iran to future coercion. You look at Ukraine, for example, which gave up its nuclear weapons and it's been completely battered by the Russian war machine in the last 4 years. Now, Iran feels that nuclear weapons and its ability to produce a nuclear weapon is the ultimate deterrent, and they're not going to give that up. I'm going to take a break here in the program. When we come back, we'll continue to focus on this massive military confrontation, this ratcheting up, this escalation that has happened in the Middle East, with a joint operation by American and Israeli forces off the coast of Iran have struck over a dozen targets across Iran. Iran has also retaliated. Is this the beginning of a much bigger, wider regional conflict? We'll talk about that right on the other side.